One thing about NASCAR races, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. But you don't want to lose because some guy named Logano got in your way. Not when you hold some of the biggest records and have been in the game long enough to be considered a legend. What could have gone wrong? Here's why Kyle Busch hates Joey Logano. Kyle Busch is an American professional stock car racing driver and team owner. He is the younger brother of Kurt Busch, the 2004 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series winner and current participant. He was born in Las Vegas, Nevada, and began driving lessons at 6 when he drove a handmade go-kart around the cul-de-sac of his family's Las Vegas neighborhood. Kyle Busch debuted at the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at 16, driving the number 99 Ford for Rouse Racing, substituting for Nathan Hasley, who was discharged midway through the 2001 season. He made his series debut at Indianapolis Raceway Park, finishing 9th in his maiden race. At 19, Busch became NASCAR's youngest ever pole winner in a Cup Series race at California Speedway in 2005. But that is only one of his records. He was the youngest driver to qualify for the Sprint Cup Chase in 2006 and the first driver in the Cup Series to win a race and a championship in a Toyota, winning at the Atlanta Motor Speedway during the 2008 season and the 2015 Cup title. He was also the only driver to win 4 consecutive spring races at Richmond International Raceway, 2009-2012, and he was the first Cup Series victory at Kentucky Speedway in 2011. What a range Kyle Busch has had. He's truly legendary, and many NASCAR drivers look up to him and respect him. He's been nicknamed Rowdy and Wild Thing for his driving style, the Candyman due to his longtime sponsorship at Mars Incorporated, and he calls himself KFB if you know what the F stands for. After his first Cup Series victory in California on September 4, 2005, Busch and car owner Rick Hendrick gave his winning shares to the American Red Cross to aid those in need following Hurricane Katrina. As a result, Busch appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show, where he revealed the donations, garnering a lot of attention and accolades. Sounds like a nice guy, right? Joey Logano has also had a pretty good run in the NASCAR games and even broke one of Kyle Busch's records. He races full-time for Team Penske in the NASCAR Cup Series and part-time for David Gilliland Racing in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Logano won his first big NASCAR race, the Meyer 300 at Kentucky Speedway, in his third nationwide series appearance in 2008. At 18, Logano became the youngest driver to win a nationwide series race and the youngest Cup Series winner when he won the 2009 Lennox Industrial Tools 301 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway at 19. Kyle Busch was the previous youngest at 20 years old in 2005. Some of Logano's records include being the youngest winner in 2 of NASCAR's top 3 categories, and the first NASCAR driver born in the 1990s to participate in all 3 of NASCAR's top divisions. He became the second youngest Daytona 500 winner in 2015, only 1 year older than Trevor Bayne. He is also the youngest driver in Cup and Xfinity Series history. He won the NASCAR Cup Series in 2018 and 2022. Apart from being a good racer, Joey Logano is a philanthropist. In March 2020, the Joey Logano Foundation partnered with Bobby O's BBQ in North Carolina to offer free meals to children during the COVID-19 lockdown. He seems like a nice guy too, but Kyle Busch doesn't think so. And why? Well, let's fast forward to where the problem started. Back in 2017, Joey Logano and Kyle Busch were battling for 4th place on the backstretch on the last lap at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Busch came down the track and collided with Logano's car to get between Logano and Brad Keselowski's. Logano entered turn 3 at a lower entry due to Busch's activity. Logano made contact as a result of this. After the race, Busch approached Logano on the pit road. On sighting Logano, he immediately threw a punch at him. Logano went after Busch but was dragged away by crew members from both teams. A NASCAR security officer pulled Busch, who was bleeding from a gash on his forehead. Days after, when the buzz had died down, Logano claimed he phoned Busch to explain what happened on the track, but no one knows how that turned out. At this time, Busch was 32 years old, while Logano was 27. Kid brothers fight every time, but that ends after they turn 16. These were teammates fighting and spilling blood over a competition. In response to the incident, NASCAR chairman Brian France stated that the pressure on the driver was so intense that it shouldn't surprise anyone that now and then someone will explode. He claimed the competition was good for success. Apparently, Busch kept the feud up for another 4 years. When he was hosted by former NFL players Brandon Marshall, Chad Johnson, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder in May 2021, he revealed he didn't get over the incident. They got into the details about his rivalries, brother Kurt's reputation, and family life. During the conversation, Busch made it clear he and Joey Logano weren't on good terms. Chad Johnson asked him if there was anybody racing now that he still doesn't like, and in a shocking reveal, Busch said Joey Logano. The Cold War between Busch and Logano is like fighting with a classmate in 12th grade and holding a grudge till college. However, Busch's explanation didn't point to the 2017 brawl. Instead, he said the problem with Joey is that he's a two-faced. So, people know I'm an a-hole. I might be an a-hole on the racetrack, which I'm really not. But Logano will come in here and he's laughy and go with the flow. Super nice guy and all this stuff. Does great for charity, everything like that. When you put him on the racetrack, when he puts his helmet on, he flips the a-hole switch on the back of his head. So to me, I hate two-faced guys. That drives me absolutely nuts. If you're gonna be a nice guy on the racetrack as well. But it seems Busch is fighting himself because Logano has moved on. In August 2022, Austin J. Mills hosted Logano on The Drive and had pretty interesting things to ask him, including who'd he like to race for the rest of his career, even if it was just one man. And if you guessed Kyle Busch, then you're right. He added that he doesn't get along well with Busch but enjoys racing him. In other news, it seems Kyle Busch isn't the only one who thinks Joey Logano an a-hole. It's no secret that most NASCAR fans revile Joey Logano. Fans made their feelings known during the autumn race at Martinsville Raceway in 2015, when Matt Kenseth purposely wrecked Joey Logano after leading for much of the day. The fact that it practically prevented Logano from locking himself into the final round of the chase made the moment much more satisfying for fans, at least those who hate him. While fans' dislike for Logano is clear every time he comes out for driver's introduction, the exact cause is unknown. It could be due to Logano's success in the Sprint Cup Series and his brief stint there. It might also be due to Logano's nearly childlike demeanor after exiting the race. Logano demonstrated this during his 2012 bout with Tony Stewart, when he only managed to toss a water bottle at the three-time champion before hiding behind his crew members for the rest of the fight. Not only was this extensively derided by Stewart in a post-race interview with Steve Burns, but it also showed fans that Logano's aggressive racing on the track couldn't be backed up. It remains to be seen if Logano will ever balance his aggressive instincts on the race with an equally harsh character off the track. But Kyle is no saint either. Kyle Busch gave fans a reason to hate him back in 2015, when he became NASCAR's first champion under the new playoff format and not compete in every race that season. The title victory forced fans to throw around names like waiver champion and part-time champion, which angered his wife to the point of defending her husband's title victory during the end-of-year ceremony in Las Vegas. Beyond that, he habitually calls out other drivers or makes snide remarks to pit reporters. One of the most remarkable interviews occurred in September 2019 during a race in Las Vegas. Busch used Marshawn Lynch's famous "I'm only here so I don't get fined" comment. He later stated that he was responding to the dumbest effing questions. NASCAR has always been and will continue to be about rivalries. Whether a career-long rivalry or a race-to-race rivalry, racers intensify their hatred for a specific driver or drivers for whatever reason. The thing about rivalry is it makes the competition tense, keeps the fans excited, and brings millions to the investors. But where do we draw the line? Obviously, when the rivalry turns into hatred. Joey Logano definitely sees Busch as a rival, but never has he said he hated him. On the other hand, Kyle Busch has made it clear he's no ordinary rival, but a hater. Whatever is happening between them is clearly no issue where NASCAR is concerned. Rivalry brings success.